love means giving your heart to another person and then trusting them not to break it. On today's case, Ms. Maddox-Boyd says she gave her heart to her wife, Ms. Sweeney, and now it's been broken into 1,000 pieces. She says she loves her wife and even helped her build her business. She says now that Ms. Sweeney's business is booming, her wife does nothing but tear her down, and she's had enough. She plans to have divorce papers signed in my courtroom today. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Maddox-Boyd versus Sweeney.
Thank you very much, Ms. Maddox-Boyd. Ms. Sweeney, Ms. Maddox-Boyd, you are here today to end your marriage. You say you can't take your wife's controlling behavior, and her dishonesty has led you to believe she may have cheated.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Sweeney, you are here because you desperately want to save your marriage, you say. You say you are willing to work on your flaws, but your wife has to meet you halfway.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, help me to understand why we're in court today, Ms. Maddox-Boyd.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here today to end things in my marriage.
Really?
She's controlling. I'm pretty sure she's cheating, and I've been through this before in past relationships, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, and I want her to sign these papers today.
So that sounds pretty definitive.
Yes.
Ms. Sweeney, what do you say?
I think that my wife is overreacting, and a lot of her insecurities that she had back in her past, she's bringing it into our present, thinking that I'm the same way, and it's false.
So I'm going to go on back over to Ms. Maddox-Boyd and say, to take me through a little bit of how you all met and how we got to this point that we're in divorce court.
Yes, Your Honor. So we met in 2016. I was doing LGBT nights at a club, and she was the door girl. And
were you promoting?
Yeah, well, I was promoting, and I threw the parties.
Oh, okay.
So I did both. And she was the door girl, and she was really sweet and innocent, but no nonsense. She didn't play. So I love that about her so much. And we started building a bond, a friendship, and the friendship turned into, I wasn't looking for anything, but I fell in love. And 2017, I asked her to marry me. And in 2019, we got married.
Wow, it sounds like you all actually followed a process.
We did, yes.
Ooh, that was so old-fashioned of you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And, in the process, she was my assistant. I helped her, she helped me, and now she thinks she's better than me. And I don't know what that's about, but yeah, that's a problem. Things change. She has a cocktail business, let me tell you that. It's Tipsy Sips by Tea, right? So.
Well, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, it is, and the drinks are exotic. I mean, don't get me wrong, but she thinks she's better than I am, and that's a problem for me.
Ms. Sweeney, from your perspective, tell me what happened.
It all started when my business did blow up. She felt as if I was neglecting her business because I was putting in more time with mine. However, that is not exactly how it went. I was juggling both, trying to do both, but she saw more of me with my business than hers.
So here's my question. What made it become toxic when in reality, it sounds like you're very compatible?
She's controlling, Your Honor. That's what she is. She controls my friends. She controls everything that I have going on. She doesn't, Your Honor, forgive me, but she doesn't like my friends at all.
I don't.
Right, but they come to the house. Now, these have been my friends 20 years. 20 years, Your Honor. They came over to the house for a birthday party, and she told us that we had to go in the garage.
But wait a minute, Miss Sweeney, why don't you like her friends?
It's not that I just don't like them. I just don't want to be around them.
And that usually means you don't like them.
I mean, well, I didn't want to say it like that, but yes, they are very loud.
I had to look to see in my court papers where you're from, because clearly that was the most Southern girl thing I have heard all day long. I didn't want to say it like that, but what you really were saying, but bless their heart.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you were saying. All right. So while you're blessing their heart, what's wrong with them?
They are messy. They come, they mess up my house, leave trash, waste stuff. And also, one or two of the friends have like a odor. And I would prefer them to be in the garage instead of in my home.
So, Ms. Maddox-Boyd, your wife says they funky, loud, and messy.
I mean, it's our home.
I know, but funky, loud, and messy might tick me off a little bit also.
I mean, you're right.
Are they funky, loud, and messy? And you know you've been friends with them for 20 years.
Loud.
Okay. Potential to be funky and messy?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay.
But
Yes.
they also try to mimic my drinks. And I don't like that either. It's kind of strange.
You mean like your trade secrets?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Because I think I saw a photograph of what your drinks look like. You do art.
Thank you.
That is beautiful work right there.
Yeah.
So has there been occasion where some of your business secrets have been passed along?
Well, I was thinking that my wife gave them some of my secrets because, like, they were mimicking my exact drink. Now, I didn't know how they taste, but
Miss Maddox-Boyd, what's that about?
Your Honor, no. Now, they've come in the house and they've probably seen her do a couple of things, which is another reason she doesn't really want them around, but I've never given out
I can't believe that you would do that either, because that's
not.
diminishing what's coming in your house.
I would
okay?
never
That doesn't
do
even
that,
make
Your
sense.
Honor.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that she's still controlling.
But my wife is lazy.
What do you
And
mean she's lazy? She doesn't come across as lazy, Miss Sweeney.
she's lazy when it comes to wanting someone else to do certain things in her business for her, which I'm there. We could save that money. You know, I can help her do whatever she needs
I'm
done.
lazy and you sneaky.
Let's talk about sneaky. What are you talking about?
I do have trust issues, I'll give you that. But I was on social media and she made a post saying the best way to get over is to get up under.
Ooh.
Well, that hurt my heart because we had been sleeping in separate rooms. We hadn't had sex, and I was like, what is this post about?
So in other words, she insulted your relationship publicly.
She did, and then people are saying, oh, there's trouble in paradise. I knew it wasn't going to last. She didn't even comment, Your Honor. And her ex commented too, I'm sorry. Well, speaking of ex, she had a party. It always goes back to business and her parties and what she has to do. She had a cocktail party that she did, and it was a BDSM party.
What is a BDSM? I want to know.
It is a sexual party.
It was just a bonding
They like
party.
to spank each other and things at these parties.
Oh.
I did it to get up under her skin, really. It was really nothing to it other than to get under her skin.
You know, that's so interesting because as I read through my court papers, I realized that you did not adhere to some just general social media ground rules. What would make you think it was okay to go and post publicly something that would indicate that there was some tension going on in your relationship? Why would you do that?
Well, I didn't think that anybody else would think anything of it because it was just a repost of something that I saw. But I knew that my wife would feel some type of way and, you know, concoct something in her brain.
But Miss Sweeney, here's the deal. When you did that, you didn't put it in her direct message.
No,
You put it on a public forum.
I did.
And that right there is the first violation, respecting your partner's privacy.
She's
I mean,
petty.
there's certain rules when it comes to social media. Respecting your partner's privacy. Don't post what you don't want your partner to see. Ask yourself why you want to post something and set some social media boundaries in your relationship.
Yes.
For me, that's a violation of the boundary because you're putting our private business in the street and you're inviting miscellaneous random people to comment on our relationship.
Yes, I was wrong.
Did you apologize to her for that?
I did. I apologized, but she did not accept my apology.
Oh.
But I did a few times because it was me being petty. I know that, and I know I was wrong, and I just wanted her to, you know, say, okay, well, I forgive you, but she hasn't. She's still holding that grudge over my head.
Well, Miss Sweeney, I tell
I
you
did-
one thing, people can often forgive, but they never forget how it made them feel.
Yes.
Right.
And that's something that we all have to learn to deal with. I've heard some petty back and forth. I've heard some trust issues, but I have not heard really the cheating. So what makes you say there's cheating?
Well, speaking of ex, she had a party. It always goes back to business and her parties and what she has to do. She had a cocktail party that she did, and it was a BDSM party.
What is a BDSM? I want to know.
It is a sexual party.
it was just a bondage
They like
party.
to spank each other and things at these parties.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's bondage, sadomasochistic something, but I'm still trying to figure out the D.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't figured out the D either.
Okay.
But she did one of those parties. And
But she was providing the cocktails, she wasn't providing the entertainment.
no, she wasn't providing the entertainment, but how she left the house had me, she had put on this leather outfit.
Well, that's what I can guarantee you. I
Right.
may not know what the D stands for, but she needed to look the part. If she's gonna be the bartender,
Right.
she did need to look the part.
She did, but
Okay.
the way she left the house, and normally when she does cocktail parties at night, I'm there. She didn't want me at this party, Your Honor. And
Was this another situation with the ex?
well, I think.
No.
I thought.
So I'd love to see some evidence.
Yes. So when I called her, just something in me wanted to see where she was. That's my trust issues, okay? Now, this is map A. Can we get map B?
Okay, baby, when you come to court with evidence,
Thank
you know I like it. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. So I'd love to see some evidence.
Yes. Let me show you what I mean. Do you mind if I walk over to the maps?
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
I got some evidence.
This is called Exhibit A. Let's
Yes.
go right ahead.
Thank you.
Let me see this evidence. Okay.
Okay.
So explain to me what I'm seeing.
So this party that she was supposed to go to, it only takes 15 minutes to get to the party. There's several different ways to get there, okay? So when I called her, just something in me wanted to see where she was. That's my trust issues, okay? Now, this is map A. Can we get map B?
Okay. Baby, when you come to court with evidence,
Thank
you know I like it.
Right, so when I called her, I hit the GPS. She was right near the house. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't reach her anymore. Could not get her on the phone. It took her 40 minutes to get back to me. I have another map. Can we pull
Yeah,
that one up?
map
Thank you.
C.
Yep, map C. She gets back on the phone and she's out of breath. And I'm like,
I see the yellow dot all the way up top there.
40 minutes later, that's where she was. Now, it looks like where the ex lives. You know, I'm a little nosy, so.
Really?
Okay, you may go back to your place
you, Your Honor.
at the plaintiff's table. Rarely do I have a litigant come in here and bring exhibits A, B, and C. Miss Sweeney, where'd you go and what did you do?
So I did go to the BDSM party. I provided the drinks. However, I needed help, so I went and got one of our mutual friends to help me, and I didn't know that I necessarily had to pick her up. I thought that, you know, she would meet me there. She didn't
Okay.
have a ride, so that's
You went
why-
out of your way, picked the young lady up.
Well, this is our friend. This is our mutual friend.
Yeah, but your ex is not a mutual friend.
Okay, but we're not talking about the ex right now.
Right.
We didn't pick up the ex, and the ex wasn't at the party. So, Miss Maddox-Boyd, you do indeed have trust issues.
I do, and we are talking about the ex because the ex was in the neighborhood. I'm sure.
How
of
do you
that.
know that?
Because I'm like I said.
Why are you insecure about this ex?
They've been friends. They be cool. And then there was a situation where I was in her phone, and she did another party she didn't even want to tell me about. I understand, you know, she wants to go get the coins and all of that, but she did a party that she didn't even tell me about, and it was at the ex's house.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
can pretty much guarantee you why she didn't tell you about that,
Well-
because she knew you'd go left.
Yeah.
And Miss Sweeney, what made you think that that was okay without telling her?
Well, I thought that it was okay because I was making us some money.
Well, here's my point. I want to go back to our original conversation.
Yes.
The loud, funky people that you don't allow in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
She feels the same way about your ex. May not be messy, may not be funky, may not be loud, but she feels the same way. She don't want you involved with the ex. And if you want to keep your wife, this ex needs to stay in the background.
It was their engagement party.
Okay, well, guess what? You need to be bringing your wife,
Okay.
if that is the case, because then your wife gets to see that your ex has moved on and y'all are just business associates rather than being sneaky and leaving her out of the equation.
Right.
Y'all could have avoided all of this situation real easy.
Yeah.
Real
To top it all off, Your Honor, she has not taken my last name. We've been married since 2019.
And was that supposed to be an agreement?
I mean, automatically, I would think, but she does have an issue with taking my last name.
Well, that's a conversation that you all supposed to have before you get married.
I have a huge issue.
I heard her on the phone not too long ago saying she wasn't going to take it at all.
Tell me what your issue is, ma'am.
My wife has been married before, but it wasn't like a legal marriage for the simple fact the other person was married.
Better known as it was bigamy.
Right.
Okay.
However, I guess I'm not even sure how long after she found out that, you know, they were not really married, she found out that that was her cousin.
Okay, this sounding a little West Virginia-ish now.
Exactly. So she's still carrying the Boyd last name as if
This was the ex-non-husband wife?
Yes,
But
cousin.
But the Boyd last name is my family's name, so I held on to it.
But your last name is Maddox.
It is.
Okay.
I can guarantee you, Miss Sweeney, if you wanted her to take a last name, it might be Maddox-Sweeney. It might be Sweeney Maddox, but it's never gonna have Boyd up in there. I don't know this woman, but I can guarantee you she's not doing that.
Never.
That right there is a very easy compromise, and it seems like it would be something that a couple would decide because they are in a relationship and a legal marriage. I'm gonna tell you something.
If I drop the last name, are you gonna stop cheating?
I'm not cheating.
You have not proven to me that this lady has cheated yet. But you have proven to me that you have trust issues. And I can tell you right now, under normal circumstances, I say, Robert, let me see the divorce papers because you brought them. But I am not going to allow you to throw away a marriage on silly allegations because you don't have real evidence. Miss Maddox-Boyd, soon to become Miss Maddox-Sweeney or Sweeney Maddox.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to think about why you would want to toss a marriage that clearly you all have so much in common. But you need to work on your trust issues. And I'd like to help you help this relationship. One of the wonderful things about being the divorce court judge is I get the opportunity to bring in experts to help me. And I think you all would benefit from some marriage counseling, some couples counseling. And if you'd be willing to accept it, I'd ask you to hold on to those papers because I am a sucker for love and I see a lot of love here. I don't see a reason to tear up a relationship. I don't. So, ma'am, would you be willing to try? Would you be willing to talk to somebody else?
I am willing to try.
Miss Sweeney, are you willing to try?
You know that you're the only person that I want. I would never cheat on you, ever. So don't think that. And I apologize for, you know, acting out.
Because, girl,
being
you can
petty.
be ruthless.
I know I can. I know. But I apologize.
I love you. I do have insecurities. And I apologize for taking those things out on you. But, you know, I get riled up and I'm nosy. And,
Yeah, I know.
and when I don't know things, I get a little crazy. And I apologize for that. And I'm willing, if you are. But, you know, I came in here ready. But thanks to the judge, I see it a little different. So.
Actually, it's thanks to the two of you because you listened to each other for the first time. It's called communication.
Right.
All I did was facilitate. You all did the work.
Right.
It's going to take a little bit more work.
Yeah.
And marriage can be the most wonderful thing when you got the right person. I think the two of you are the right people. Okay?
Yes.
Work at it. Work
Yes, Your
hard.
Honor.
Thank you. We're definitely gonna work it out.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you brought maps.
I mean, listen, you know I'm nosy.
Yeah, you are. But I love you.
Sometimes you just need to listen to your partner and you can resolve anything.
I love it. I witnessed the classic case of just miscommunication
Yes.
and trust issues.
If we can just stick with that. No on-break babies.
No.
No real cheating.
Right.
No stealing of money. Oh, praise God.
Please.
Made in Georgia.